Hi, my friends. Welcome back to Fat Bastard's Hot Rod Garage. We're buttoning up the Torqueflite today. We're going to put the rear gasket on, and I do this on a lot. In case you ever have to take this off, you can save your gasket. Is put grease on both sides of the gasket. Grease is a good sealer, and that way if you have to take it apart, you can still save your gasket most of the time. You know, if you get in a pinch. So I always grease them. So put that in there. And I get the bolt started, and I'll flip it over a little bit because I want to put that, you have to put that clip in. I like to get my bolt started. I ain't got a lot of headroom to put it up on end, so I got to put it on the side. You know, it's got a low clearance here. You know, I can sit and watch the bolts in, huh? You can do this, put this any way you like, whatever order you want to do this in. But usually I put it up on end, but I don't have a lot of room here right now. So we're doing it this way. I get some of the bolts started, keep the gasket lined up. Cameraman got on me, make sure I had all my tools together this time. So that's what I tried to do. We're do this, then we're going to flip it. We're also going to go into tightening up the adjusting the man, let me get the grease off my hands. Now you gotta get in here with your spreaders. Get that in there. So you know, get that clip in there. Make sure you got that clip in there in your bearing. Okay, and that's all. Once you get that in there, then you can tighten your bolts up. Now we got this all tightened down. You got your clip in there. Clips onto that bearing. Now we're going to go to adjustment on our bands. On the reverse band, you want to take it in to 72 foot-pounds. Inch-pounds, I mean, not foot, inch. You take it all the way in and tighten it. Okay, now you tighten this down 72 inch-pounds. Okay, so what I do then, you take a Sharpie, silver one or a white one, put your mark on one of them ends. And you're going to go around 2 full turns. It's like a half. And there's one. See it right there? The mark's right there. Back around. And back around to 2, and there you are. Then you lock this down. You gotta hold this. Check out there. You gotta make sure that don't turn on you, so you get your socket. Ratchet, just okay right there. And if you use a socket, you make sure if that turns, you gotta go back, gradually loosen it. Torque that down, see it moves. So what I'll do is I'll back it off. If you ain't got a wrench that fits down in there, then you'll have to use a socket. So turn out a little bit. You ain't got nothing to hold that because you're using a socket. Okay, there we go. See it stay there. Okay, there's your rear band. We'll check it with the air here in a minute. Now we go to the front. Same thing. It's 72-inch pounds. Here, you hear that? That's 72-inch pounds. And you can do the same thing. Put you like a mark with a Sharpie. So that way you can go two rounds. Okay, there's one. And there's two. And here's what you need to do. You can get a sock wrench on this one. Okay, and you check it. And whoops, got that. Let's get this one off. Then try the reverse one. Okay. Here you are. That's adjusting the bands. Now, next thing we'll do is, the only thing we got to do now is replace this seal. This seal goes for your shifting lever, goes up through there, and we'll get me a little punch, knock that out, and when we flip it over, we'll show you how to put that in. On top of that, now you get your plate with a new gasket. You put the plate back on there, 2 screws, and then other than that, that pretty much does it. We got to wait for the valve body. We're gonna put a reverse valve, manual valve body, and that's why we've done all this stuff here. I've done this thing on these for 30 years, over 35 years. That's how I done it at home when I didn't have no lathe or mill. Once I got a lathe and a mill, I was able to take that weight off. Other than these, I always done the drive shells this way with the hole saw. That's a, easy way to do it, and you mean, why pay $200 when you got to do it on your own? And then you just need to drill lightning holes in the back drum, where I told you to drill them. Saves you money, but it's always a cheap way of lightening it if you don't, if you're a cheap racer like I was back then and didn't have machinery. You take 40,000s off that if you didn't have to drill these holes, but I didn't have no lathe back in. So now, this is how we done it when we first started out. But you still lighten it, and anytime you can lighten parts up in this thing, the better you'll be. It makes them last longer, and it'll knock some ET off gradually. The more you take out, every ounce counts on a race car. You don't have to put a lot of money in the motor, because they ain't always all motor. So what we'll do is we'll put pan on this. We'll put the pan on it to keep it clean up in there, and then when we get our valve body in, we will pull the pan off and put the valve body in. I think everybody knows how to put a valve body in, but we'll get this pan on here just good enough to keep the grease out of everything. You notice I got a mess to clean up here. Wait, this out is clean, pretty clean inside because we washed it in the wash, but I want to make sure shit thrown around in here. They got some dust in it, but let's just put the pan on there. Just put a couple bolts in it to hold the pan up on there to keep it clean inside, and when the valve body comes in, we can put the valve body in. Other than that, we're pretty much set. I can show you one day how to put new seals in it with the tranny together, because sometimes all you have to do is put a seal in it. So I might as well show you how to do it with it not being apart. This is together. I'll show you how to do that. Other than that, man, this thing's ready to go. Get the valve body in it. we get started on that truck. We'll get it down in the converter and then hook it up with the back of the motor. And so now we got a motor ready and we got a tranny ready. So I think down the road what we're looking to do next is we're going to possibly uncover the 70 CUDA there, and it looks like we're going to show you how you just cut and get the broken windshield out of it. We're going to show you put a new windshield in. If something else comes up we think we'd rather do before that, that could happen. But right now our plans are next time is unveil the CUDA, roll the blankets back, and cut out the windshield. Other than that, don't forget to like and subscribe to Fat Bastard's Hot Rod Garage. Bye.